live at 5. It's offer review, and we had a relatively uneventful blog post. We were waiting for a big wave of farmability they mentioned in the last weeks, and what we got was Go Spider is going directly into the Arena store. So that's what's going to happen, is that she's going to go into the Arena store for 975 credits. Now, Spider-Punk is in the Arena orbs only. She's bypassing that instead of him going to bump down. So I don't feel like that's a real big gift. I believe a lot of people had Ghost Spider higher up in levels because she was a raid milestone release. And so I did a poll on this. It's like, look at this. Spider-Punk, look at this. Only 59% of the players said that they had her at a 6 or a 7 star. Yet Ghost Spider is 84%. So this is, it kind of like, by leaving Spider-Punk, exclusively inside of the Arena orbs, which he's really hard to get, is, it would have been a bigger gesture, in my opinion, if they moved him out and moved, because he's more scarce than she is. Anyways, character availability. Also, Dazzler, well, this is not farmability. He's going to be going into supply stores and then orbs. And then the big announcement for the Elite store, wait for it, big announcement, is that Nico and Phantom X are going into the Elite store next Wednesday. So we had 2 last Wednesday, which was Spider-Woman and Madeline Pryor. And then next Wednesday, we're going to be getting these 2. Okay, fine. It is fine, I guess. Then the other thing that is happening, and there was a data mine on this, where they said that they were going to, and the data mine said that they were going to, the daily SBC reward was 20, and they're going to move it up to 25. And then also in the daily challenges, in which we look at tier 12, which this happens 3 times a week, the SBC parts are going to go from 9 to 17. And then the catalysts, the ones that are really scarce, like the health catalysts that a lot of people are struggling with right now, and the focus and the damage ones, are going from 8 to 12. Like I said a couple days ago when I went over the data mine that had this, I'm skeptical this is going to be a meaningful amount, but we will see, a month from now to see if this is still the main bottleneck or if the bottlenecks will be pivoting. We do have a video on YouTube for Viv Vision, no offers. It appeared that she was in the Red Star orbs for about 20 minutes, and now she is not. I'm not sure what that's about yet. Not heard anything about it. There's been a lot of discussion about her ISO-8 healer and skirmisher, which is recommended in this video. So basically, if you go off of their information here, they say healer because of her passive, and then skirmisher if you want to have, you're having trouble landing debuffs. So based on that information, a lot of people are saying, well, okay, if you have low red stars, then do skirmisher. If you have high red stars, do healer. I also just want to point out how impactful Iron Man's passive it is. There's massive boosts to crit chance and crit damage, and even more so inside of raids. I think you could make a strong case for Raider on her as well. I think we're going to have to test her out. The thing I'm worried about is that maybe for raids, the correct one is going to be Raider, and then inside the Scourge event, because remember, they're going to be a Scourge team for the 4th Horseman, then maybe there is going to want her to be a healer, but I'm not really sure yet. I kind of want to test this out, but I think that there is actually 3 plausible choices on her, and I haven't personally made my mind up yet, but I'm actually leaning towards Raider. I think Raider, just the damage output, somebody else said it, the best status effect is dead, and it's a significant amount of damage output because of Iron Man's passive really benefits the crit chance. I believe, if you do like blue level 3 ISO and then in raids, they'll have like an 80% crit chance, and then the crit damage is quite a bit higher based on Iron Man's passive, right? You get 20% crit damage from the Raider ISO, and then I believe you get 20% crit damage just because, and then another 20% crit damage inside of raids. So it's pretty significant damage output for the Raider class. Stop moving goalposts, please. And this is about the Victory Blueprint event, which is going to be starting on the 7th. And this person has got to give a shout out to them because they paid very icy statement. They've paid attention to maxing out, and what they said is that 2 months ago the last milestone was 190,000. Then last month it was 200,000, and then this month it's 210,000 for the cap out. Now the reason why this is important, and largely these final milestones are basically offers. I mean, it's not easy to get unless you spend money, and this person spent money to get those final offers. But the reason why it's important is because that is where a large chunk of blue ISO 4s are. And blue ISO 4 is going to be significantly of bottleneck for getting and finishing Apocalypse. So this is a big deal. It's kind of annoying. I feel like they created this event and they didn't anticipate that the correct way to play it was hoarding. Like right now we're going into Alliance War tonight and save your Alliance reward mailbox, the whole saving mailbox meta. And maybe over there that annoyed somebody and they found out that it's too cheap for this. So they moved the numbers. Kind of annoying. It is what it is. Let's move on. Milestone orbs and seasonal update. I talked about this a couple days ago, that when Emma was put into the milestone orbs, they announced that it was going to be a seasonal orb, and that was 20 something months ago. So that's kind of bad. Next, Safeguard is boring. Safeguard and Taunt is worse. Safeguard, Taunt, and Immunity is the pits. And it's basically talking about where if you play against Rogue or you play against, let's say, Wong, once this goes into place, you really don't have any choice on what to do against the team. And that's what Wong, you kind of have to work around and try to, you put Disrupted on him first or stun him first. But Rogue is pretty fast. And it's kind of annoying when this happens. And so it's a legitimate complaint. It's just that it limits your choices and what you can do. You just have to, the tank is there. You don't have any choices. There's nothing you can do about it. And basically, I think this was a good point right here. Example, Rogue in the Morgan Saga Tier 2 Node 5. She's got a boatload of buffs, including Safeguard, Taunt, and Immunity. As a player, have few to no option choices to control the opening. Think about it. I can attack Rogue when she's defensively buff, immune to debuffs, and safeguarded. I can't play better or smarter or leave a trick in reserve. You just have to deal with it, which is kind of annoying when this game is largely about, making decisions. I mean, you just there's nothing you can do. It's just like there's only one move to make. Lastly, bring back Avengers Tower and Pocket Dimension already. And so I believe this information right here would have made the blog post, in my opinion, more interesting if we would have had just a simple message saying, hey, this patch sometime we're going to get Avengers Tower and Pocket Dimension. Although I strongly suspect that they didn't make any money off of this. And even though the player base largely welcomed this, most players liked it, they didn't make any money. And so it feels like this is a back burner idea because it didn't affect their bottom line, is going to be my guess. I hope that's not true. Lastly, be sure to scroll all the way down to the bottom on the web store to collect your daily reward. It's kind of hidden down there. It's the same thing like with the one core offers. I don't know if we have a one core offer today. I believe we don't. But anyways, let's go to offer review and just take a look at what we've got going on over here. Limited time sale. We talked about this. There's this is for the payday event, which just happened right now today. If you have 5 mercenaries at 7 stars, the max rewards on that is 5.4 million. This will help you get towards doing that. This is a mercenary team. I like this one a little bit better because it has Taskmaster. And then last chance discount. All right, so this is, I guess if you're concerned about these are the Valhalla orbs. So Ride of the Valkyrie Valhalla orbs. Boy, I'm not actually sure which orbs those are. I would have to go in game. I believe the Valhalla orbs are the ones that have the training materials, a large number of training materials, and then they have the OGS Guardians. So those are the ones that I value about $1.50 a piece. Anyways, I'm not interested in this offer. I know Scopely feels this is worth about $20. You know, you got 13 orbs there, about $1.50. And then right here, we've got 5 plus another 5, 10 total orbs at $1.50. So it doesn't quite add up to $50. Okay, let's move on. And then lastly, we have the secondary mercenary bundle. I believe the one with Taskmaster is better. This one has Killmonger and Korath. Anyways, let's move on. Legacy 3 orbs. I'm not interested in these orbs personally. If leave a comment in the comment section if you see some value to this, but I don't see any value in that at all. Extraordinary energy bundle. So this is for people that are pushing to get to level 90. Okay. Demolisher. So this is the orb right here, and look how similar it looks to those Valhalla orbs. It looks exactly the same. Kind of confusing. There's a lot of orbs out right now that look very similar. In fact, these are identical looking to the Valhalla orbs. But this is the Deathlock orb, where I value these orbs at $3 a piece. They average 9.3 Deathlock shards per orb. So we're not going to do anything with that. All right, this is back. This is outrageous. This is anchor pricing. This is super mega Kraken pricing. If you want to get characters up to gear tier 17, basically you're going to get 40 pieces for $100. That's right. 40 pieces for $100. That's it. Basically, these individual orbs give 2 total pieces, and they give like 1,000 gold in the third column. It's pretty atrocious, pretty random. So I'm not interested in this. It's just super pricey. But gear tier 17 and blue ISO-4 is going to be the main bottleneck, you know, high-end bottleneck for character progression at this time. Okay, so this is for primarily for Morgan Flay. There's a lot of good stuff in these orbs actually, but the main reason why people buy it is for Morgan Le Fay. You can see someone buying this if let's say they had a small number of orbs, a small number of character shards to take Morgan Le Fay to the next star level. These orbs right here will average 3.54 Morgan Le Fay shards per orb, based on the math that I've seen. And you know, there you go. You got 5 of them, so you know you can get almost 15 Morgan Le Fay, more than 15 Morgan Le Fay shards for $30. Very pricey. She's the best character in the game, on the best team in the game. She's the main character on the best team in the game. Deck Dealer. Boy, I know a lot of people are looking for Gambit, but here's the thing. This is 50 character shards for $35. Woof, pricey. Typically not a fan of these type of high-priced item offers right here. 35 character shards, $35 for 50 character shards is really rarely a good deal. And then they go Agatha. They're holding on to Agatha. And they do this on every team, like Web Warriors. It's Scarlet Spider's the hard one to get. Agatha's the hard one to get. And they do that almost one character on every team. It was Moondragon on Infinity Watch. It was Cull on Black Order, and so on and so on. There's just usually one character on every team that they've made more scarce than others. Not a fan of this offer right here. You're better off to buy, and I've already bought it. You can see it's missing here, but there's another offer for $10 that has half as much. And you can buy that offer twice, and I bought it twice myself. So $10 for half as much. And then I guess if you want to spend more, the price goes up to 2.5 times. All right, and there's the corresponding training material offer. I like this as well. 5 training material orbs and 50 level 4 training mats. Okay, ability orbs. So 200 for $20. In the past, for Rogue, they sold for $10 for 125 training materials. So they have sold that for a lower price. And then I'm not a fan of this. There is a $5 offer that pops up usually about once a month that gives 100,000 fragments of the year 2 orbs, whatever it's called, Legacy 2. Anyways, when I see it for $5, and that averages 350. All right, we're not a fan of these. Let's just move past all of the gear offers. We really need is ions. They've sold that for $20 before, so that is a lowered price right there. Not a good deal. Just all these gear offers just seem outrageous, so we're going to skip past them. This will help on the event that is running right now with your alliance for spending the green ISO energy. Boy, this is kind of, let's see what this is. $30 US for 2.6 million gold and 6 orbs. So there is a better offer, like the Deathlock offer, which is $10, with 1 million gold and 4 gold orbs is a better deal than this. You buy that twice and you get 2 million gold and 16k fragments. So this is not better than the character offer orbs. So the one, and when we get to the free to play account, I'll show the offer that is better than this. I don't have it. Didn't have it up because I bought it already. All right. Also, that is just not a good deal at all. I'll show you the offer that's better. Okay. This is the Armory 16. They've had this for a long time. Again, you're only going to get 30 Armory 16 pieces for $15. I suppose that's helpful if you're pushing it to get into Dark Dimension 5. Armor 15. They've boosted the mount that you get for $10 on this. And they fixed the artwork. The artwork is now correct. It doesn't have the wrong pieces on it. And this used to be 12 orbs. Now it is 15 orbs for $5. So they've lowered the price. Sunfire, again, 50 character shards for $35 is not fantastic. Daily orb bundle. This is the Valhalla orb. Value this orb at somewhere between $1.50, $2, just because it does have a high amount of training materials inside of it. And then there is also 12% chance of giving the more rare characters that are not farmable. So there's more to it than just training materials. I've pulled good things out. That'll help you if you're doing the energy spend event for your alliance. And then I believe we're coming close to the end of this right here. We've got 75 Wong and Heartless. I feel like they would sell a lot more of these if it was Agatha and Wong. I think because Heartless was event campaign, people have their Heartless a little bit more developed than the other two. But then again, I think they're going to milk Agatha as much as they possible. Techno Future Bundle, not interested in that. Because the math on that event is unknowable and can be manipulated between now and the end of the month. So we don't know what you're really buying when it comes to that at all. All right, we're going to skip over all of these Valhalla orb offers. None of this is of interest. Dazzler, 50 character shards for $35. And then T2 Ion offers. And now do what you got to do on this. But here's the thing. This is going to be a significant bottleneck to getting Apocalypse, getting characters to Blue ISO 4. Please, please, please spend your Blue ISO 4 very wisely. Do not put it on characters like Quake. I would suggest only putting it on your Darkhold and or Unlimited X-Men. So because that's gonna how Apocalypse is gonna be unlocked. Super pricey, and again, to get a character up to go from Blue ISO 3 to Blue ISO 4 requires 715,000 of those. So it is not a joke, and this is straight Kraken snacks. They're pre-selling all of this right now. Wong, 50 character shards for $30. Doctor Strange, 50 character shards for $30. Boy, they just a lot of these. And Daily Pestilence Orb. This is the Morgan Le Fay orb that has 3.54 Morgan Le Fay shards on average. There's other things inside of it. They have sold these for $3 in the past, but they only let you buy one. But if you want to be able to buy three, they move the price up. This game does that. It's kind of weird. The more you spend, the more it costs. Rather, you don't get a discount for bulk purchases in this game. Okay, I believe we've gotten to the dregs of offer review. These are kind of like the staples that are always here in the store. Typically, there's not a lot of offers worth considering in here. And we're just basically scrolling down to the bottom to see if there's a one-core offer. This is kind of out of place here, but we've got Goddess of Thunder, Mighty Thor, 50 character shards. 50 character shards for $35. Okay, let's switch over to the free-to-play account, and we're just going to scroll through this quickly and skip over all the duplicate offers. There have been some good offers here in the free-to-play account, specifically older Young Avengers and things like that that have been out for a while. We've also, like, there's a character right here. This is Scarlet Witch, 50 character shards for $5. Someone asked me today, is it worth taking Scarlet Witch to gear tier 16? Not yes and no. Gameplay wise, not really, no. But for getting Apocalypse, absolutely. She is Darkhold. She's going to be required upgraded to, I think, to fully max out Apocalypse. You're going to probably end up having to take her to gear tier 17 at some point. My goodness. So same thing with She-Hulk. and that's She-Hulk is the same boat, and Phantom X, same boat, right? You're just going to have to upgrade characters that you may not necessarily normally upgrade. And it felt bad. Let me tell you, it felt bad upgrading Scarlet Witch to Gear Tier 16 the other day. Grim Reaper offer, 50 character shards for $20. Boy, this would be a steal at $5. But no. Let's move on. Dazzler, we talked about Wong. Let's see here. And then Shield Team, I guess in theory, this can help you unlock Iron Man, but there's a lot of other characters that you could unlock Iron Man with, so not a fan of that there. Let's keep going. And I think we're done with today's offer review. We're just gonna check the rest and see. Sometimes they squeeze in a Miles. There's been a couple good offers in here. The only one I saw today, and that'll do it. All right, let me know what you think in the comment section, and as always, thanks for watching and keep on gaming.